It is not without deliberation nor without reverence for the weight of words that I present to the reader the term sovereign, for in this single sound are contained both majesty and money, dominion and coinage, the authority that commands and the metal that obeys. Thus the image and superscription of the monarch give to a mere disk of gold its legal tender. Without that impress, it is but bullion. With it, it circulates as value throughout the realm. The sovereign, therefore, lends his name and authority to the coin, and the coin, in its turn, bears witness to his dominion in every exchange. A sovereign, in its first and loftiest acceptation, denotes the supreme lord, he who holds superiority without rival, whose will is not circumscribed by another's decree, and whose command stands as the measure of obedience. In civil polity, it signifies the monarch, the fountain of law, the visible summit of earthly government. The sovereign is he from whom authority flows, as streams descend from a source, and in whose person the state, as it were, is embodied. Yet language, ever fertile in transference, hath applied this august title also to a gold coin, formerly known as the rose noble or double rose, and now a new gold coin of 20 shillings value. That the same appellation should designate both ruler and coin is not accidental but instructive. For what is coin but authority impressed upon metal? What is gold in commerce but the stamp of sovereignty made visible and current? Thus the image and superscription of the monarch give to a mere disk of gold its legal tender. Without that impress, it is but bullion. With it, it circulates as value throughout the realm. The sovereign, therefore, lends his name and authority to the coin, and the coin, in its turn, bears witness to his dominion in every exchange. Let it be observed that words of power are seldom barren of consequence. When we speak of a sovereign, we speak not only of personal supremacy, but of that settled order by which allegiance is rendered, justice administered, and commerce regulated. The term gathers within it the ideas of supremacy, independence, and final appeal. He that is sovereign acknowledges no superior on earth. And yet the wise reader will discern that even this supremacy, when applied to men, is bounded by providence, for above every earthly sovereign there remains a higher tribunal. But of civil use and linguistic propriety, this word stands eminent, both in dignity of meaning, and in the curious union it effects between majesty and money. Such is sovereign, a title of the highest rule, and a coin of 20 shillings, one commanding allegiance, the other commanding price, both stamped with authority and both circulating through the affairs of men.
Thank you for watching our journeys into the mind of Samuel Johnson. If you found my content to be helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to help spread the good word. God bless and peace be with you all.